All right, everyone. So I was going back and forth on whether or not to put gameplay on the screen or to put actually the press release here or the announcement from Ubisoft, but I decided to go with Ubisoft. Okay, they made this major announcement for the Division. Uh, the Division is one of those games that I did not, and this is obviously Division 2. It's one of those games that I, for many years, had not played, but had always seen it and been like, man, I wish I played that game in its peak. And then I stumbled upon the DLC coming out and I said, this gives me an excuse to go ahead and beat this damn game. And so I beat it, and then I beat the DLC, and I love the Division. Okay, this is an awesome, awesome game. And now they made this big announcement. So let's get into it. So the Division 2 Survivors and the Division Resurgence. The Division 2 Survivors and the Division Resurgence. Hello, agents. Gamescom is in full swing. And we've had the pleasure of sharing with you the future of the Division franchise. Thank you to everyone who joined us for panels and meet and greets, as well as those who joined in on the fun from home via the live stream. Our community is what drives us. Our second panel focused on how your feedback helps shapes the future of Division 2 and the upcoming experience. The Division 2 Survivors, as well as updates from the new mobile title, The Division Resurgence. Stay tuned for video recaps. For now, here is the rundown of the key points. The Division 2 Survivors. So this is why I decided not to go to gameplay, because we have all these images. The Division 2 Survivors will bring an updated take on the survival extraction experience to the Division 2. Development of the Division Survivors is currently in the early stages under the leadership of Magnus Jansen as creative director, a veteran of the Division from the early days of the original game. The Division 2 Survivors is as much your baby as it is ours, and we strive for transparency during its development. Clear communication and community involvement are a focus as we build the new experience, and we'll be closely involving you as we move forward on the development journey, said Julian Garrity, executive producer. We will have more to share with you soon, but until then, here is a peek at the logo and a few pieces of concept art. So we don't fully know everything about what this is. Like, this is concept art. This looks super cool, but what is this really telling us, right? There's snow, you see the guy, obviously there's Washington, D.C., but this doesn't tell, there's a Capitol, it looks like in the distance. This doesn't tell us a ton, right? Because it's not seemingly gameplay. Another really cool photo, but not telling us a ton, but it's still cool to look at. We got more here. Very cool. And then this is the Washington Monument, and that's pretty big. Since we announced, thousands of you have expressed how excited you are for the Division 2 Survivors, and believe us, we are too. And then this is, I think, for, looks like a mobile game, which we don't need to know a whole lot about that. And that's basically the update. So I have no clue what is going to be happening in terms of what this is actually going to be fully. We also have this franchise roadmap, which, TBA, we don't have an official announcement, any of that stuff. All I know is something new is coming to the Division 2. And I actually really like the game. I had a ton of fun with it. I was happy I finally played it. And it actually has this really dedicated community, which I did not know existed. I did not know how dedicated a lot of the people were. They, knew a lot of stuff about the different gear you can get and the different weapons you can have, and just a lot of really, really cool stuff. So I don't know how long this is going to be until this thing's released. My guess is if they don't even have a date and they're saying it's in the early stages, they're probably in the early stages, right? That would be a good guess. But that doesn't mean that we can't continue to bring you updates and get excited for this. So stay tuned for more. The Division 2 Survivors seems like something that would be pretty, pretty cool.